here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, high 7.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Get it.
Greer will look to throw on 2nd down. That is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
And the Buccaneers first down.
Let's go now.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 Short, able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, wahoo!
Here's Greer. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Greer. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. This is McCaffrey. M.J. Stewart made the tackle from his corner spot.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Hey, Sam off.
On second down, McCaffrey. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
That's it, baby.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Your trip is here.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
On the ready.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
48 Mike.
Throwing again on second down. Greer going deep here for Stills. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They'll get 34 yards there. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Under 10. 10.
They'll try and run here with Barber. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Ready? 15. 15.
Watch QB drop. Switch.
Look. Squeeze. Snap.
Another run, this time McCaffrey, down right around the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again, down to the 25. They'll halt play here for an injury as Christian McCaffrey is slow to get up.
Ready, set.
While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Shift. Check four. Check 30.
On third down, here comes Barber. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Third down.
Swift. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Watch the run.
On second down and 4. Greer. And this one complete to Smith. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
First down.
Let's go. 8-3.
Get ready. Check 13.
Check go.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9.
Check, 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 check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. A shotgun snap for Greer. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his second touchdown on the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
X3, 218, chop.
For the two-point conversion.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45.
Hey! Hey, exit. Forget it.
Greer operating from the gun, and he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And 4 at the 40-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". I got it.
2nd and 4. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw. Love. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. On 4th down, Love. Open man has got one. It's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Binds, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Will. Off.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Escaping the pressure right. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down. Love. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
First down, Tampa Bay.
On first down, Love. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
At the 8-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd and 5. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
56.
Operating from the gun. Love. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way. And you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Carolina, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the rough season continues as they plunge to 1-13. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to...
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they can't get it, but now you was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of money, When the not famous, Be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, watch out, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
I was legit ever since I blew. They all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my 50. Ex-slick then he with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the VIP. Suck to a nut, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crust.